Greg, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. Well, of course, Kamala Harris had a disastrous debate last night on many, many levels. And, it's beyond just, well, she lied. Okay. That debate was the most scripted stage play that I've ever seen in a debate. They obviously, ABC gave Kamala Harris all of the questions with follow-ups and everything, and she rehearsed to the questions that she had a week, 2 weeks, however long it's been, to prepare her as they did. That's just the reality of it, and I think it was quite obvious, don't you think? And ABC News, you look at the questions that they asked the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris, and you compare how they did it. And what you got with Trump is a question like, Charlottesville, tiki torches, do you defend, those kind of questions. Roe v. Wade, do you defend, and Kamala, how do you feel? There's a big difference, very hostile. And there was one one period, I should say, where Kamala didn't even talk for about 5 minutes. It was just David Muir and Trump. He was really debating David Muir more than Kamala. And that's a bad look, because what it showed is Kamala needs backup of a man, but she needs backup in general and could not hold her own. It was pretty pathetic. And, I'm not saying the Democrats have not scripted debates before. I've seen some examples. Z Corp, $2 super chat. Thank you. Oh, yeah, a setup. In fact, she did so poorly, she's asking for a second debate. And Trump said last night that if she thought she won, she wouldn't have asked for a second debate. I agree with that. Do you agree with that? I do. They didn't pull this scripted debate off. Okay, Democrats get questions in advance oftentimes during debates. This happened with Hillary, with Donna Brazile, with that CNN debate, if you remember that. It happened with the CNN debate with Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. But they pulled it off. Kamala Harris, David Muir, and whoever this chick was that was sitting next to David Muir, I don't know her name, they didn't pull it off very well. It looked like what it was, an incredibly scripted debate. Kamala had the answers and she had the questions and the follow-ups to the questions well in advance of the debate, and that's what she's been rehearsing with the guy wearing the orange wig. And the rehearsing even shows when she's doing these weird facial expressions of judgment, like, all that crap. That's all rehearsed judgment that she's putting on Trump. Very bizarre. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. This is the most pro-Donald Trump place you'll find anywhere. And if you love Trump, you'll love me. If you don't love Trump, you watch me long enough, you'll be on the Trump train too. Yeah, very well coached. I wouldn't say well rehearsed, because it looked like what it was. They overdid the scripting. There was no natural, organic exchanges whatsoever. Also, everything they asked Trump about, this was like a debate from 4 years ago. This was all stuff from 4 years ago. Charlottesville, and Trump said, and I'm not talking about the white supremacist and the white nationalist and all that and the racist. They should be condemned, and I condemn. I mean, how many times are they going to go that way to those same questions? And one of my favorite parts was this part about Springfield in the Doug. Z Corp, another $2 super chat. Thank you very much. You're right. World War III if Harris wins, absolutely. One of the other things, though, about Springfield is David Muir says, this was so stupid. He could script with Kamala, but not with Trump. He said he talked to the city manager, said there's no evidence of all this stuff with the pets and all this. And Donald Trump said, I'm watching the people that live there on television saying it's happening. And by the way, the 911 calls and stuff and body camera footage has been out there. I've played it. And David Muir said, I'm talking to the city manager, not television. And I like how David Muir acts like television isn't a credible source. He's a television guy. D. Bond, $4 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. And of course, when I want to, I'm saying Trump won because he did. It's not just because I love President Trump. He cleaned all three of their clocks. All three of them. It wasn't even close. And, one of the things with Kamala that was really, really bad, no empathy for the suffering of Americans. No empathy for the suffering of Americans. People are really suffering with the high prices that are a result of her. Right? She didn't have any empathy, no sympathy towards the suffering of the American people. She's concerned about the border sovereignty of Ukraine, but not our border. Yep, he cleaned all three clocks. That's exactly right. And the whole debate was a disaster for Kamala. Now, I think she's too much of a bird brain to know that. I really do. Now, her people know it. The first question was a good question he asked Kamala. Can you say that people are better off than they were 4 years? She didn't even answer it. They fact-checked Trump nonstop. They didn't once fact-check her. They blew about 20, 25 minutes talking about Roe v. Wade, which is a settled issue. Exactly. She had zero sympathy for anyone. And I like how President Trump kept telling her, well, if you want to do these things, go wake up Biden. Get the legislation through Congress. Start passing this stuff and sign it and do it now. She's a narcissist. Yeah, she's psycho. This constant judgment where she had her, and when she was talking about Springfield, and then when he mentioned what's going on in Springfield with the pets, and she started laughing. I like how they say this is debunked. It's not debunked. Just because they say it's debunked, it isn't. I've played the 911 calls. There's body camera footage of a police officer where they caught a woman doing this to a cat with witnesses. I had 4 or 5 people call me the day before yesterday on the radio show, and I aired it right here live, that it was happening. Yeah, 3 versus 1, and he still won. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he did spectacular. Some people are saying that they got this phrase. Like I was watching Fox. The first person they go to for analysis is the Trump-hating Brit Hume, he took the bait. There's this thing that he took the bait. They threw it out there, all these things he couldn't resist about the crowds and about this and about. He had to debunk that crap they were saying, these old things. He didn't take the bait. He had to debunk it. Not everyone watches the Trump rallies. Z-Corp, another $2 super chat. Thank you. Russia, no, they will invade Poland if Harris wins. Yeah, that's exactly right. He didn't take the bait, but not everyone watches the Trump rallies like we all do. And millions of people were watching that debate last night. He couldn't let that stuff hang out there. He had to correct the record on that. That wasn't taking the bait. They're pissed off that he debunked all those slanders that they brought up. That's not taking the bait. What, they're supposed to just say this crap? Like, you supported white supremacists, and he's not supposed to debunk that? He's supposed to let it hang out there? Then they would say, he didn't answer any of these allegations. Please. No, he did a spectacular job. It was one of his best performances. I don't know how you're turning the page and moving forward if you're re-electing the incumbent. She's an incumbent. She's in office right now. She's in the White House today. Right? Yes, they are. I mean, I have talked to people in Springfield who watch me here on YouTube who have called me and told me what's going on. There's been 911 calls, police body camera footage. It's very well documented. Mm-hmm. I wish it wasn't happening, but it is. Now, if you're new to my channel, guys, please subscribe. Now, of course, on my next stream in 2 hours, I'll be taking live calls about all of this. And you'll be able to call me on the air and share your thoughts. And I'll also play audio sound bites from it. And we'll break it down and talk about it. Well, Kamala's team immediately asked for a second debate. Now, President Trump said, and I agree with President Trump, but you let me know what you think. He said that if they thought she won, they wouldn't be asking for a second debate. What do you think? I agree with that. If they won, why would they want to have a second debate? Right? They would coast for the next 2 months on this victory. They gave her the miniature podium so she didn't look as short as she is. That was an awesome debate. I think Trump did a 10 out of 10. It was so obviously scripted. It was the worst. She's 5'1". 5'1", Kamala Harris. She might be 5'4" in 3-inch heels, but she's 5'1". Yeah, I mean, is there anyone who can say that debate was not scripted, that they did not give the questions in advance to Kamala to rehearse to? Come on. They totally set her up. Her height. Well, what they did is the debate rules said that there's no steps or anything, that she had to stand on the floor. So ABC gave her a podium that is much smaller than Trump's podium. So you don't see how small she is. Exactly. All of a sudden, she can speak and answer questions. Give me a break. Oh, no, Trump did a 10 out of 10. Let me see you go on stage and debate 3 liberal people at once, muting your mic and controlling you. I think she did terribly. Tell yourself that, Richard. I've never seen them. It was perception on television. It was a manipulation, the smaller podium. I've never seen them do that on television in a presidential debate before. I know she can't take questions from any random reporters. Now all of a sudden she can. Give me a break. The facial expressions, the laughing at Springfield, the condescending, the judgment with her hand, and all this crap. Too rehearsed. Yeah, too rehearsed. Absolutely. No, it was a beautiful debate for Trump. Well, thank you, Southern Green. Welcome. Yeah, I've never seen them. Have any of you ever seen them give a podium to a candidate in a presidential debate based on their size? They gave her a midget podium, a child's podium, a George Stephanopoulos' podium. It was much smaller. No, it's a big deal that they did that. See, Corp, another $2 super chat. Thank you. Family in Poland extremely concerned. They should be. And I loved when President Trump said she was bragging about meeting with Zelensky, and he said she meets with Zelensky. She's trying to get the peace going here. She leaves the next day. They invade, and then David Muir said, "Just for the record, Madam Vice President, have you ever met with Putin?" No. Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, so scripted. Not only was it scripted, her facial expressions were part of the script. Oh, yeah. I think that ABC did an incredible amount of damage to her last night that she can't recover from. And this whole thing that she had to have a man cover for her and defend her, David Muir, that was not a good look. She wants to be president of the United States. You can't have people covering for you when you're president of the United States. The commentators saved her nonstop. Did Joker smile? Yeah. Yeah, and where's PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, the animal rights organization? Where are they? Right? They're missing in action. Oh, I think it was one of Trump's best debate performances, and I think he handled it perfectly. Because if you were on X watching the real-time commentary, everyone was talking how scripted it was, and Megyn Kelly did an incredible piece on the ABC commentators. Those ABC commentators did permanent damage to their journalistic reputations. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I know when she went up to him, Kamala Harris, it was very strange, wasn't it? And that going back to Project 2025 over and over again. And since when is Kamala Harris a gun owner? She said she's a gun owner? When have you ever heard Kamala Harris say she's a gun owner? And she has talked many times about passing a law for a mandatory federal gun buyback program, which means they will require you to sell your guns back to the federal government. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like how the troll in there about the healthcare plan. The Democrats wreck the healthcare plan. They stopped him dismantling. The thumbs down with McCain is the vote that stopped the overturning of Obamacare. They wrecked the healthcare plan, and then they blame him for not fixing it. Give me a break. No, you guys tell yourself that. You notice all the for the most part in the live chat, the Kamala people, they don't have any pictures on or of anything on their profiles. It's almost like they're bots. Like this guy Charles here. Mm-hmm. I love Trump too, Sean. Why would Trump go to jail? Oh, for talking, he pointed out the lawfare spectacularly, and she said, "Go to a Trump rally. You can see what happens. They're always streamed live. You can watch a Trump rally anytime they're on." I've been up all night. Welcome as a new member to the channel. Yes. We love cats here. People leave early in their mind. They leave early. Vacuum $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Vercum. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, but I appreciate it. I said vacuum, but it's Vercum something. $5 super chat. Thank you. Mm-hmm. No, people don't leave Trump rallies early. What a lot of that debate was, you had three Trump haters, right? And it was like in their mind, it was like a tar and feather moment where they put this person they hate in the room and they all just scream and bark at him. It was kind of like a Handmaid's Tale kind of thing, but he was the one that they, were yelling at. They just had to get it off their chest. Are you kidding? The rallies are packed. There's thousands outside. Trump's rally sizes are only limited by fire codes. There's always thousands outside. That's right, the Sarasota rally. It was a rainstorm and people stayed. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. Listen, all the Democrats are going to say she won, but we know. They were going to say that anyway. No matter what happened, they were going to say she won. I've never seen people leave a Trump rally. Now, that doesn't mean that somebody doesn't get up to pee. When they shot Trump, people didn't leave. They stayed there. Any other event like that, people would run out. They stayed even when the bullets were coming. That's right. Mm-hmm. The voice is cringe. Yeah. It is a rough voice to listen to. Yeah, she wants to do a second debate because she got whooped so bad in this one. Now, make sure you guys subscribe who are new. If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian Craig. I'm a radio talk show host, and I'm sitting here in my kitchen right now. But when I end this stream, I'm going to finish getting ready for work and go to the radio station. And my next stream, which is already set up, the chat room's there and everything, I'll be live at 6 a.m. Eastern Time on the radio for 3 hours, taking live calls for people, taking live calls, screenless from people that listen to me on the radio, watch on YouTube and other platforms. So you can call me live in less than 2 hours. I would think they'll do a second debate, which will be his third, right? Well, we stand with Brazil. You know, unfortunately, Kamala Harris doesn't. There's a lot of Brazilians that are legal in the United States, and there's a lot of Brazilians here in Florida. They are MAGA. Some of the Brazilians wear hats that say "Make Brazil Great Again." They're green hats, just like this: "Make Brazil Great Again." A lot of Brazilians here in Florida. Yeah, I've been up all night, so I got a little sleep, maybe 2 hours. But I didn't really sleep. I was just kind of laying there, kind of like in that twilight. Exactly. Why hasn't she done these things already? Why don't you do them tomorrow? Right? Go get Biden. Wake him up. Same thing with you, Chuck. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't usually stay up that late for these debates. But this one, you know, these debates, I have to watch them live. The sound bites don't give you the feel, right? So you got to watch it live to get the feel for what is going on. Now, guys, if you'd like to support my channel, go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and load up. You can save up to 80% off top MyPillow products. Great time to start doing your Christmas shopping. And it's free shipping on all orders over $75. The MyPillow, I paid $65 for mine 10 years ago, just $19.98 with my promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. And many of the top MyPillow products, just $25 with my promo code Kane. So go to mypillow.com. Use my promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and every time you do that, you're supporting my channel. James, $2 super chat. Thank you so much for that, James. Greatly appreciated. Trump did close the border. That's right. That's right. No, he did close the border and did very well. Kamala Harris, you know, for her to stand up there and be so obsessed with the border sovereignty of Ukraine, with what's going on in this country, you know, with this the border invasion in this country, she's organized. She's leading. James, another $2 super chat. Thanks again, James. Appreciate that. You know, he had to remain in Mexico. He had the Mexicans having their army on their side of the border, guarding their northern border. No, he had it shut down, man. The Great Wall of Trump. Yeah, you know, what I was talking about earlier in the stream, these Trump haters, they keep saying he took the bait, he took the bait, he took the bait. He didn't. That's not taking the bait. They're saying these tired old talking points, Project 25, the Charlottesville lie, all these things. He's got to debunk them. He can't just let that stuff hang out there. I like when he took her line. Excuse me, I'm talking. Did you see the look on her face? She's like, damn. He took her line, messed up her scripted response. Give me a yes or no to this. Do you believe that it was a scripted debate and that ABC News gave Kamala the questions to rehearse for the last week or two? That it was scripted between ABC News and Kamala? Yes or no? Yeah, mostly all yeses. Got a couple no's from the trolls, but yeah, it was too obvious. It was too obvious of a script. She can't take a damn question from a single reporter, and all of a sudden she's got it. Yeah, totally scripted. Absolutely. It was it was overly scripted, and that's why it's so damaging to her. She said she had one thing she said towards the end. What was it? She says, I believe in the things that are possible. The hell does that mean? It was just vague generalities, very vague generalities. Yeah, no specifics, no concern for the people that are struggling to buy food and fill their cars up with gas, right? Oh, yeah, you could almost see the beats of the script. They go after Trump on something, and then they cut to her with the follow up. She even her facial expressions were scripted. No, no talking points. These are just my opinions. I don't think she answered a single question. I really don't. Nope. Including from the first right out the gate. She did not answer questions. The audio earrings, that's circulating all over social media. Yeah, it's all over. Well, if Fox News, they're trying to get a second debate, the second debate on Fox News with Martha McCallum and Brett Baer. Fox News looks like everybody on Fox News except Hannity is on Ozempic. They all have that Ozempic face. Have you guys noticed that? And I also think that on Fox News, they are required by management to say the former president, former president. It's part of their propaganda over there. Hannity's not on Ozempic, but everybody else looks like they are. Those are not traps. She talked about cutting taxes on young families and small. Well, why doesn't she do it now? When have you ever heard a Democrat talk about cutting taxes? Democrats don't cut taxes; they raise taxes. Exactly. Now, listen, guys, I got to go and finish getting ready for work. But again, if you're new, please subscribe to my channel. And everyone who's already subbed, do me the favor of liking the video, all right? My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And I'll see you on the next stream in about an hour and 40 minutes. Take